This episode is sponsored by Stu Finder. Find and book recording studios on the Stu Finder app.
Oh, snap, Daily Rap Facts,
What's up, y'all? It's Max, and we're here with Daily Rap Facts. Today, we're going to be doing How Did You Get Your Rap Name? And we're with Cocanina.
Yes, in the building. What's up? It's the one and only.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So let's jump into some of the early beginnings.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you first fell in love with hip-hop music.
How did I first fall in love with hip-hop music? Honestly, it's a little bit of a mix. So my mom is like a Pilates yoga instructor, and she literally is not like a big hip-hop fan, but she did show me a 1-2 songs. Like, she definitely showed me like Lauryn Hill, who's like, I feel like on the like border of hip-hop and R&B. And then she definitely showed me like what do you call it, Bonita Applebum.
Okay.
Applebum, that was her song. She used to play that for me still,
That's
so
dope.
you don't know. But then it was more my uncle, who was like, my mom like and her siblings are all white, and they grew up at like on Western Road, so they all went to Emory and like made black friends and listened to black music. So my uncle ended up listening to a lot of Biggie Smalls, and he put me onto that. And then I love Biggie. Biggie's like my first, I think, real rap love.
Mm-hmm.
But then he bought me a CD that was Gangstar, and I fuck with Gangstar super heavy too. So I don't know. I always had different rap roots. But then again, I was like outside, my people would bring me around the block, and everybody's listening to 50 Cent. I super fuck with 52, you know?
That's awesome. I mean, where did you grow up?
I grew up on Western Road, and then I moved to Jane and Finch. So I always say Western Road to Jane and Finch, because I feel like my younger years, like my child years, were Western Road, and I was traveling to, my mom used to bring me to Tobago to visit my pops and stuff. But like, I don't know, I would always end up coming back to Jane and Finch, and then we lived there for like my whole teenage years and all the years that really influenced the next steps in my life, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you do before rapping?
What did I do before rapping? Nothing. I've always made music.
That's awesome.
Maybe before rapping, I was singing, because I was a little girl and I used to like watch musicals and sing and shit.
So you'd say that the creative side is really what brought you towards like everything that you do now.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
That's awesome.
100%.
Would you say that you're an analytical person? Would you a creative person, or a mix of everything?
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the day. Honestly, I'm a very creative person, but I'm also like, I'm in school right now, and I have like a pretty high average. I'm pretty smart. Like, I feel like it depends on the day and what I'm into, because I can do so many things. I'm very complex. It's interesting.
That's awesome. I mean, how do you brainstorm a song? Like, how do you come up with a song?
Usually the lyrics just come to me. Like, I'll be chilling, and like I'll literally be asleep, and I'll wake up at like 4 a.m, and I'll be like, oh, lyrics, I need to write this down. And then I do that because it happens. But then other times I'll go to the studio, and my manager will just play a beat, my manager / audio engineer, and we'll just roll to it, and then we'll focus it, and then boom, 15 minutes later there's a song, you know?
That's awesome. I mean, today's podcast is actually sponsored by Stu Finder. So if you're ever looking for a studio, check out Stu Finder. It's an awesome place to find studios.
You know what? I actually exclusively record at Abstract.
That's awesome.
Yeah, me and Ante go way back. He's like, when I was having like tough times in the industry and shit, I met him, and it was just perfect timing, perfect place. Now him, Ante, Melissa, that's squad, and yeah.
You hear that? We need to get Abstract on Stu Finder.
Definitely put them on there 100%.
Yeah.
Yo,
If you love it that much, it must be great.
it's popping, and they have like courses and stuff too, and they help with artist development. Sometimes I help out, you know, you can come, and I don't know, if I have time, I can stop by sometimes and give, you know, a little word. And they have like A&Rs and like everybody that you, if you're trying to get into music, if that's what you want, then they're like a good stepping stone into that.
Would you say that that's something you find passionate in, is teaching?
Yeah, like I like doing things that like are selfless. Like, I volunteer every year to do stuff for the community, for the kids in the community, and I've always been like that. Like, even when I was living on Finch, like I was that like 15-year-old that had like a bunch of 10-year-olds with me, and I'm walking them to the community center, Driftwood Community Center, for some free event. You know,
awesome.
Everybody's like, "Are those your kids?" I'm like, "Fam, I'm 15. Like, calm down. These are my brothers and my brothers' friends. Chill."
Well, you've got great vibes, so I'm assuming that you just attract people. You just gravitate towards
Trust
you, right?
me, people love me so much that sometimes they hate me and they get obsessed, and it's not my fault. I'm just popping. Like,
That's amazing. I mean, have you ever gotten feedback from like family or friends about your music, or is that something
Yeah.
that they don't really touch on?
no, literally, my mom, like, I get messages on Instagram from people, and they're like, "Oh my God, your mom showed me your music, and I fell in love. I love it. I'm just so happy for you, and your mom really fucks with your music." And I'm like, "That's so cute." But my mom's like that. We'll be out, and she'll be like, "Did you hear Cocanina? Like, did you hear her latest track? Okay, you didn't?" She's like, "Oh, do you like more conscious stuff?" She does that too. Like, my mom will
That's
get
amazing.
in your face with it.
It's amazing. When was the first like rap song you heard? Like, at what age did you hear it?
I feel like I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. My mom had me all over the place. I don't know. Not in a bad way or nothing. She was pretty responsible for a young mom. She wasn't the youngest. She had me at 25. But, like, she had me out and about. And I was I don't know. And there was always older kids in the neighborhood and shit playing their music. The first, like, female rap song that I felt like I heard on my own accord was when I was, like, in grade, I think I was grade 4 or 5. And this girl in my class was listening to Itty Bitty Piggy by Nicki Minaj. And that was like the first female rap song that I was like, oh shit, okay, if we get Itty Bitty Piggy.
It's a bop.
I was like, what? Okay, I was like the first one I really got into.
That's awesome.
But then again, Salt and Pepper too, like, I don't know. And I can't even tell you when I heard it because I feel like it was just a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah, for me it was Tupac Changes. Like I think I was like 7 years old. My brother I have a way older brother. He had a Tupac Changes, like you know those songs, those single CDs that they used to have, like just 2 songs on a CD. So it was like when you put that thing in there, you're just playing it back over and over and over again.
Same track. Yeah, that's a good song too. That's a good song.
It's huge. When did you know that rapping was like the right thing for you? Like when did you decide like this is what I want to do? This is the only thing that I want to do.
When did I decide that? Probably not officially until I was like 18.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good age to think about it.
Yeah, I was always rapping. Like, I used to go to Urban Arts and freestyle battle rap, and just, like, I recorded 1-2 tracks there, but they weren't, like, great. I don't know. I like, the quality was different. I still listen to them every now and then. Like, it's not like the songs were bad, but, like, I don't know. It just wasn't my best work, you know? But
can we hear them on DSPs? Are they on Spotify, Apple Music?
No, they're not. They're just they're my babies that I just have. I don't even know where the beats came from. Like, it was years ago, you know?
Yeah, we're waiting for that leak.
Trust me. One of these days, I'll drop it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's dive into your rap name, Cocanina. It's a beautiful name. How did you come up with that name?
So my name is Coco, but it's spelled Cocoa.
Okay.
So growing up, a lot of people who go buy cocoa powder all the time, and I'm assuming pronounce it cocoa powder when they buy it in the fucking grocery store.
Of course.
For some reason, couldn't say that. I had bare teachers that even when I corrected them, they were like, oh, coca. And then it's funny because just where life ended up, like, taking me later on in life, like, I got kicked out of school. I had, like, 12 counts of assault. They claim I broke this lady's neck, but I think she was just wearing a neck brace to be extra. I don't know. But, like, I ended up selling drugs and shit. Like, I ended up selling Molly for a bit, and then Molly turned into I was selling Cocaina, and then that turned into other shit. And I'm at Urban Arts, and a song by Young Thug just came out, Cocaina, and everybody's calling me Cocaina. I'm like, yo, that's bait as fuck. Holy shit, nigga. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know? That's
so funny. I mean, did you ever have any other rap names that you thought you might want to go with?
Not really. I don't know. I thought about, like, maybe, like, I don't know, Red something. I was always, like, you know, I'm light skinned, so I always got called Reds and stuff. But I still, like, go by that. Like, if you, like, search up my fucking airdrop, it's Lil Red.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And was it hard to find a lot of the handles on socials? Because it's such an interesting name.
Yeah. So that's the thing is it's, like, basically it started with, like, Cocaina, but then I was like, that's a little bit too bait, so I changed it to something else. I think it was Cocainina or something. Okay. But then I was like, that's hella complicated and it still sounds a lot like cocaine, so I was like, let me just calm that down a little bit more and make it Cocanina. And it was funny because at one point one of my buckets started calling me Nina, and I was like, oh well, that's so funny because, like, it's like I just felt like it was meant to be. I'm like, what are the chances all of a sudden you're calling me Nina? Last week you were calling me Annie. Like, I'm confused. Like, you know.
Amazing. Who would you say is, like, your other favorite rap names, like other artists, like names that just, like, when you think that's a dope name?
I don't know.
Any Sexy Red, anything like that? Quavo? No? I
don't know. I like 50 Cent.
Cool.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I like I think SZA is a very interesting name. She's not really a rapper, but isn't that just an interesting name? Like SZA, like, what is that?
Of course.
I think rap names right now are really crazy. I don't know. I'm not involved.
Yeah, I work with Waka Flocka, and a lot of people ask about his name.
Alai, what does it mean?
Well, I want to wait till another episode because maybe I'll unlock it in another episode.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I can tell you that name is, I think, a lot of the contributing factor to why he was able to break through in a lot of places because it's so unique.
Alai?
A lot like your name,
Trust
right?
me.
And when you have those unique names, you have the freedom to explore, you know, unique SEO. Like, people can find you really easily.
Yeah.
When they go on Instagram, it's easy to find you.
That's the thing. And when you Google me, I'm going to come up. I'm going to be the first thing that comes up. And that's part of the reason, too, why it's like a lot of people ask me, why don't you just go by your name? It's Coco Belt. Like, everybody already knows your name. Your house already been rated. Like, everybody already knows who you are. Like, just be yourself. I'm like, the fuck, I am being myself. But y'all don't know my story. Y'all don't know where I've been from. Y'all don't know what I did. Y'all don't know why I'm here today. Y'all
dope.
do not fucking know shit.
Yeah.
So I just go by what I go by. And the thing is, too, is when you search up Coco cocoa beans come up and a whole bunch of other shit comes up, and there's a whole bunch of other people pretending that that's their name even though it's not their name, and they made that their Instagram handle and all that stuff. And I already know I'm one of a kind, so I just made it so that's something even more one of a kind, you know?
That's dope. And how do you ideate like names of songs? Like other than your rap name, obviously, but do you like go into a process? Do you take it from the hook? Do you take it from the chorus?
I feel like it depends on the song, because sometimes you have a song and the word's only in it once, but it's like at the end of the song, or it's like the first word you say, and it like has a big impact on the track, and then you want to name it that just because it's just is like, I don't know, it holds some type of nostalgia for you. But there's other times when it's like, yeah, it needs to be that, like, you know, like
that's it.
Trust me,
you've chosen it, and that's the way you're gonna go. That's awesome. I mean, I always think about like when you look at names, there's the ones they pull from choruses, or the ones that they pull from different songs, and sometimes it's like a movie inspiration. Have there ever been a song where you had an inspiration from an external place?
Yeah, so the first song that I ever dropped on platforms is called Potion.
Dope.
And I got the inspiration. People were so pissed when I posted on Instagram and I said this, because I got the inspiration from Vibes Cartel, but it's not a Caribbean song. And people were like, this doesn't sound anything like Vibes Cartel. And I'm like, okay, that's because I'm not copying. It's not a dupe. I was just inspired by the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, definitely Potion is one of them. And then I have a few other ones. Like, I have another song that's named after another song, and it has a sample on it. It's Me, Myself, .I is what I called it. Dope. But it's after Beyonce's Me, Myself, and I. And it has the Me, Myself, and I. That's like one of her best songs. So I had to sample that.
I mean, and you've said a lot about like inspirations. Would you say that inspiration is something that drives you to go forward, or do you think that you're like an inspired person on your own accord?
I feel like both. I feel like you have to pay homage to those who came before you and acknowledge who's there, because they built the paveway. Like, I'm a biracial, like, black presenting woman. Like, I wouldn't be able to do what I did if I don't acknowledge the people who came before me. That's crazy, because people had to go through shit to get to where they were to make it so that I could do what I'm doing today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, trust me. So I think it's really important that you show, like, love and you, like, pay homage to the people before you. But at the same time, I've always been inspired. Like, I've just was born that way. Like, my mom will tell stories like about me just dancing and singing from as soon as I had words and could walk. Like, that's dope.
And that's a great piece of advice, is, you know, paying homage. Is there any other advice that you would give to up and coming or aspiring artists?
Yeah, just to be, I don't know, it's hard out here. Yeah. Just be yourself. I feel like a lot of the time it's easy to get caught up. Like, you see what other people are doing, and it's easy to let that get into your head. And like I've experienced it. I've seen other people do it where it's like you're just like trying to do something because it's what's happening, and it's like that's stupid. Every time I've ever done that, I fucking regretted it. I refuse to do that shit. That's why I'm dropping 3 projects this summer and nobody can tell me shit. And even though people are like, oh, you should spread it out 2 weeks apart, I'm like, bitch, but that's not me. So let me just do it the way I do it, because I record a lot of music and I have to put it out. So like, I'm just gonna do it back to back to back. And like, if you guys are faced by that, I'm sorry.
What's the vibe of the upcoming music?
It's gonna be more Caribbean vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caravana?
Yeah.
Any premieres for Caravana?
Yo, not really. I don't know. I have to get into it. Honestly, I've been so consumed with everything that's been going on in my life. I'm just like trying to put my music out, and then I have like drama. But as soon as this is over, then I'm just fucking game time focused.
A lot of your songs are really like bops, like they're club bops. Like they're something you turn up at the club too. Would you say that you ever go to like the club because you want to have fun, or do you go to the club because you want to see the experience of what people are doing and listen to the music?
If I'm at the club, it's definitely because I want to have fun. If I'm at the club, I'm with some bitches getting ratchet. I'm with some ratchet bitches that are twerking upside down, taking shots of fucking Remy, not Henny, because bitches don't have. I love ratchet bitches. I love turning up with ratchet bitches. I love being outside with some ratchet hoes. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, I hate being outside with stush bitches that just want to like, because they know as soon as they dance, they're ugly underneath
people
all
watching.
that makeup. They're ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't want to ruin the makeup. They don't want to sweat it out.
Trust me. And that's not me. Like, I'm not that girl. I don't like to wear heavy makeup. I don't like to, like, worry too much about what other people in the club are doing. I like to focus on myself. People always come to me. They're like, oh, so you're just MIA over here in the corner, eh? And I'm like, yo, allow me. I'm keeping a low profile. I'm not taking a picture of you. Leave me alone. Like, fuck. I'm just trying to turn up. Like, you know? Shit. It's crazy.
That's dope. Is there anywhere you'd love to travel, like anywhere you'd love to go and see? Or, you know, maybe you could tell us about some of the places you've been.
Yeah, no, I went to Jamaica recently for a video with One Dawn. That was dope. It was really fun. We did a video on Plantation Hill. I was in Kingston, and I went to, what's the last place we went? What is it? I don't know. We went to the popular place where the beaches are.
That's awesome. Would you say Jamaica's like one of your top spots?
Montego Bay.
Montego Bay.
Jamaica was awesome. The vibes were so good, bro. Like, Jamaica's crazy because it's a small place and you'll be chilling and like, I don't know, it's a small place. So it's like when you're in the Caribbean, there's just people around. So it's like at one point I was like at Tommy Lee's crib and I was like just chilling like with my people. Like, you know, my sister-in-law was there. Like, it was a vibe. Like, we're just kicking it with Tommy Lee showing us unreleased tracks. Like, we're just like, you know, and that's so cool about the Caribbean is it's just like a close-knit community. It's like at one point we went somewhere. They're like, oh yeah, welcome to you. They're talking to me. They're like some other people's people. So I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm like, where's the other rappers? Like, I want to, like, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Even like we went to a club and then some people pulled up and like we went somewhere else and we ran into somebody else who was super famous from some TV show. I'm so bad with names. Oh my God.
It's okay.
But it was great. It was like such a vibe. You know what I'm saying? But for me, my favorite place is Tobago. Oh my God. My favorite place is Tobago because it's just so chill and it's just home. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because my mom used to bring me there when I was a baby and from when I was little and stuff. It was because I have lots of family there. But something about Tobago is different. Like, when you're in Jamaica, you have to, like, pay to go on the beaches. It's, like, a different vibe. When you go to the beach, it's, like, full of tourists. It's, like, crazy. When you go to Tobago, it's, like, a little bit more low-key. It's a little bit more, like, family, like, village vibes. And it's just, like, beach and just chill and relax. And everybody knows everybody. And it's super, I feel safe. I feel just blessed. Like, it's a different, I feel like Jamaica, you go if you really want to turn up. And then, like, I would go home if I want to just, like, enjoy life.
It's dope. It sounds like you, like, live for experience.
Oh, I love experiences. It's experiences and good food.
What would you say that the experience that you want to give to your fans when they listen to your music is?
I feel like it depends on the song.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely depends on the song. That's difficult. Like,
yeah.
If you're listening to, like, This Is Why You Shouldn't Do Drugs, I want you to be, like, on a lo-fi chill vibe. Like, I want you to be, like, kicking it and probably smoking a spliff, just, like, laughing ironically about the fact that you're getting high listening to a song called This Is Why You Shouldn't Do Drugs, because that's just awesome. And it's, like, if you're listening to, like, I have a song called Woman Life Freedom, and, like, that's intense. But, like, oddly enough, that's my most used song on TikTok because it's, like, a conscious song, and it's, like, a lot of people are trying to use the song to spread the movement. So it's, like, yeah, I don't know. For that, obviously, I want you to feel, like, a sense of empathy for, like, what's happening to women all over the world. But then sometimes I just want to get sexy. And that's, like, when I drop songs like Folds. Like, I don't know. It depends on the day.
Well, it's important, right? I mean, it's important to, you know, it's important to drive home a narrative of what you want to experience, but at the same time you want to dial in your own personal experiences. Trust right me.
Yeah,
that's huge. So you were talking a little bit about upcoming projects. Can you share anything about them? When we're going to be hearing them, when they're coming out?
Sorry, I have this annoying nose ringing.
Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I really need to get a hoop. But other than that, so I'm dropping 3 projects. The first one is going to be called Bad Girl Takeover.
Okay.
And I think the feature single on that one is Bad Girl Takeover.
Okay.
And that one comes out in June 7th.
Nope.
And then
go listen.
Yes, go listen. And then that one also has my feature with One Don, who's local from the city, or actually from Jamaica, but in the city now. And then Armani, who is a big artist up and coming out of Jamaica. So big up to him, big up to Jamaica again. And then the second project is going to be called Trimbago Princess. Big up to the homeland, Sweet T&T. And then the third project is going to be called Skatta's Daughter, actually.
Amazing. And how can people find you? Instagram, TikTok?
Girl, or you're not a girl, but you know what I mean, girl. I'm on everything. So Cocanina 5, and that's Cocanina 5, number 5. And by the way, each project is going to have 5 songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, forward to it.
And, you know, the fans, I'm sure, are looking forward to it as well.
Yes.
So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for sharing
me.
as much as you could. And hopefully you come back soon.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks
Thank
again.
You. Good night. Hey, what's up? I'm Cocanina. You're watching Daily Rap Facts, and this is how I got my rap name.
This episode is sponsored by Stu Finder. Find and book recording studios on the Stu Finder app.